In this video, we're going to talk about fingers. Hi, I'm Felipe Drago and welcome to Drago Drums. Fingers. So I remember many years ago, I was in MI and I asked my teacher, my private instructor, Owen Goldman, during one of our private sessions, I want to learn finger technique. What should I do? And then he said, well, hold the stick at the tip, not at the butt end. Have the stick resting on your shoulder and then pull it up. And that's all you're going to do for a long time. And I did that for a long time, you know. And then he said, start slow, around 60 BPM, playing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, when you're comfortable with that, you go to eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplet. 1, theta, 2, theta, 3, theta, 4, theta, 1, 2, theta, 3, theta, 4, theta, and then 16th notes, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, okay? So, and I did that for quite some time. Every day I would do a little bit with each hand, having the stick touching my shoulder, and start with quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. And I practice and practice and practice only that, and then sometimes I would go to the pad and try my luck with fingers. And this is all I did. Then many years passed by and I had a chance of having a lesson with Billy Gladstone. And I said, you're such a great player with your fingers. I would like, do you have any tips on what kind of exercise to do? And then he gave me this exercise here, which is first your thumb, have your palm facing the opposite wall. Nothing moves but your thumb. And then you do this for a while. And then you change to your index finger. You need to get the right angle with a pad, and you change to your index finger. Then your middle finger, same thing, getting the right. Nothing moves but the finger that you're playing. Then your ring finger, and the hardest one, the pink finger. And then you practice that for a while. Right hand, left hand, and so on. Then a couple more years passed by, and I was already having lessons with Don Familaro. We started with the free stroke, the molar, and then I asked, how about fingers? And then he said, yeah, that's actually the third piece in the puzzle. And then he told me a story that so back in the early 1920s, there were like 3 main drum teachers in the US. They all lived kind of near each other. It was George Lawrence-Stone, Sanford Moeller, and Billy Gladstone. A couple of videos back, the free stroke, George Lawrence-Stone. Previous video, Sanford Moeller, the whipping motion. And then Billy Gladstone, the finger technique. John didn't have lessons with these guys, but he had lessons with the guys who were their best students. And in the case of Billy Gladstone, the best student was Shelly Mann, who lived in LA, was an in-demand studio musician, all around great musician and teacher and everything. When Dom was in California with a band, he hooked up with Shelly to have some lessons. And the first thing Shelly showed him about Billy Gladstone was this exercise here, where you have your index finger touching your thumb and you stretch the other 3 fingers all the way up. You don't press, you just touch. It's all relaxed. You have your hands like this, and then you do this motion here. And again, 60 beats per minute, quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do that for a long time. I'm gonna say 5 minutes. It doesn't seem long, but when you're doing this, it's really long. And really it starts burning here, these muscles. So you are stretching, pulling, pushing all these muscles here, stretching these muscles, bringing oxygen to these muscles, which means you're making them stronger. So it's going to help your overall playing. After you do this for 3 minutes, you shake a little bit to relax, do a little bit of stretching, not much, and then you do again like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 5 minutes. It's gonna burn again, but the more you do, the easier it gets and the less it burns. And then you go to 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here 5 minutes, 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then after that, you don't need to go with triplets and 16th notes. You can go up with the metronome, speeding up the metronome, and then you're gonna get faster. And these exercises, all these 3 exercises, I still do today. They're really good. So these are things you're gonna do. They're not actually applying the fingers to playing, but it's gonna build up your muscles. So then when you get to the actual exercises, everything is gonna be easier. So again, first exercise, my private instructor, Owen Goldman, showed me 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Billy Coben, 1 finger at a time, okay? And then the stretching of the fingers, that this one was done by Billy Gladstone himself. So after you do that, there's another thing to do, but what I used to do when my first teacher, Owen Goldman, showed me that exercise, and then when Billy Coben showed me that other exercise, it was just go playing 4 notes with each hand, but moving just fingers. Look at this, my wrist doesn't move. The thumb barely moves. The index finger moves a little bit, and these 3 fingers at the back do all the work. Now, I'm doing a little bit fast because I've been doing this for quite some time, but if you have to do it slower, do it slower. Another thing that's very important here is, for example, there are mainly 3 positions for the hands: the Germanic position, the American position, and the French position. I play something like a French-American position, right? But the thing that you have to have in mind is you have to have the thumb over the stick and the fingers below to create this motion. Because if you're going to play, for example, the German position, the stick's going to move sideways if you do this motion here, right? So you have to bring your hand like that. And remember, now the wrist doesn't move. After you're comfortable with 4 notes in each hand, then it's time to get the book Stick Control, set up a speed that's comfortable to you to play those notes just with the fingers, and then open Stick Control on page 5 and exercise 1, right, left, right, left. This was actually the first exercise somebody showed me, John Familaro, which is for each hand, you're gonna play 4 notes with your fingers. So kind of I was already doing that. So, but exercise 1, right, left, is right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Exercise 2, the opposite, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Exercise 3, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, okay? And so on. For example, exercise 5, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. So for each note, you're gonna play 4 just using fingers, nothing else. And you can do this page. I do this page, you playing with the fingers, right? Every day, start with this exercise, then with this exercise, then with this exercise, and then Stick Control. Okay? Now, why did I do these 3 videos in the order Stone, Moeller, and Gladstone? These guys, they are the pillars of drumming education. They used to live not far from each other, and back in the early 1920s, when you wanted drum lessons, you would look for, if you were in Massachusetts, you would look for these 3 guys. And they kind of had an unspoken agreement, but if you would go and if you called Moeller and said, I want drum lessons, his first question was, have you had lessons with Stone already? If your answer was no, he would say, go to Stone. If you called Billy Gladstone saying, same thing, I want drum lessons, and he would ask, have you had lessons with Moeller or Stone? And if your answer was, yeah, I had with Stone, he would say, okay, go to Moeller. If you said, no, I never had drum lessons, he would go there with Stone, then you're gonna go with Moeller, and then you're gonna come to me, okay? And that order makes a lot of sense, and it makes things easier to improve and to learn the next step. So if you're watching this video and you haven't watched the other ones, go back to the one where I talk about the free stroke. It's gonna help you with the Moeller, and then it's gonna help with this one. Because there's one thing I never thought about, and quite recently actually Dom told me. The free stroke that was developed by Stone is present in all the others. You see, because the free stroke is just wrist. And here is the free stroke. The stick is propelled by me moving just the wrist, nothing else. Moeller, I use the wrist and the forearm and the elbow, but once I do the whipping motion, it's all the free stroke, nothing else. It's one motion. The free stroke is one motion, one stroke. The Moeller is one motion and as many strokes as you want. Let's say 2. One motion. But the 2 are, in a way, the free stroke. And Billy Gladstone, with the finger technique, you need the stick to be free, to be propelling, to use the natural rebound and keep propelling it with your fingers. So the free stroke is present in all of them. And even though I didn't know about this, I came up with an exercise that ties it all together. So what I did to keep practicing all these strokes and keep them up to date and not forget any one of them, and also start increasing how fast I could play, I came up with this exercise that you play 1 bar with your right hand playing 8th notes with the free stroke, 1 bar right hand and 1 bar left hand. So you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do the same thing, 1 bar, 8th note triplets with the Moeller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 bar with each hand, 16th notes, fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you put everything together. 16th notes, 16th note triplets, 32nd notes. Free stroke, whipping motion, fingers, Stone, Moeller, Gladstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Patience. If this is the first video you're watching, go back to the free stroke. Then watch the Moeller, then watch this one. Okay? Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.